So after 10 days or so in the deep freeze of northwest China, I mean, honestly, we weren't that far from Siberia. It was cold. One of the guys took me back to the airport there in that capital city where we were, and they don't eat those places. I mean, it was really cold. So I turned to the guy next to that was with me that took me there and was waiting for him with me before to make sure I got on the right plane and all that. I said, "Man, I'm such a wuss. You guys are my heroes. Here I am with two pairs of long john and I'm freezing." He said, "Two? Is that all?" I said, "What do you mean, is that all?" He said, "Well, I'm wearing five." I said, "Really? You knew that, that I was cold? You didn't tell me because I could have brought more." In any event, I made it, and it was just freezing. It really was uncomfortable. Finally got on the plane, and when we loaded the plane up, I was there on this. It was a kind where you walk out, of course, step up the step, walk up the steps, and I'm just getting ready to go inside the plane, and I looked and I saw a significant amount of ice on the wings, on the wing on that side, and I stopped and I looked at that, and now the flight attendant did not speak English, but she kind of motioned for me to go in. I said, "No, I don't think so. No," and I pointed. I said, "I'm not concerned there." You know, so I'm like, "It's coming, coming, whatever." So she assured me that they were going to go like this. I said, "Okay, all right. Is it okay if I stand here until I see it?" you know, I have this thing about when I fly, I want to make sure the flight's going to get where it goes. And it's like I think we have a better chance, yeah, without that big chunk of ice there on the wing. So I waited, and she was patient with me, and then the truck finally came around, and sure enough, knocked all that off. She grinned, I grinned, and then I went. So I'm sitting back, I don't know, whatever row 20 something, it's pretty back in the far in the plane, and it there was like about 5 seats across, or like six, and then some on the side, and I'm right in the middle, and everybody's looking at me. So of course I sat down, and there are all these, and it turns out that some of these guys are assigned other places to work, and so they might have been home for a while, or else they're going home, and they're in groups, they're kind of color coded, their uniforms and whatever, and they're either going to work someplace from that city, or they're going home from that city. So anyway, they're on assignment, and here I am in the middle of them all, and the flight attendant, gives all the instructions in Chinese, and then, bless her heart, she reads the card in English. Yeah, I'm the only one that this is for, right? And it's like I'm listening, and it's good. I can understand every word. Yeah, she read it just fine. So when she got done, she kind of looked, and I went like, "Perfect," and they cheered. Honestly, she got an ovation from everybody because they couldn't do that. She could read this English card. It was kind of fun, and so off we went. Now we were talking to these guys, and I'm trying to talk to them, and so they motion like, to like, I figured out like it was me, and then, oh, my wife, So I drew a picture, and this is me, guy, and then one had drew it. I said, "Yeah, yeah," and then wanted to know children, and so I drew the number of children that we had, and they were amazed. I mean, if they were married, they should have one. It was kind of the rule then. I think it's changed, but still, I think there's not everybody's really having a lot of babies. So they were amazed, and that the word gets out now. It's two or three guys, like one or two guys on each side of me, and then people over the top and the back. So kind of like about a huddle there, and then they would pass the information along, and soon the news got out that this American guy's got 3 kids. So that was more than fun, and we made it all the way back, and they were all wanting to shake my hand and everything, and the luggage pickup was a little bit better than it was not where I had been. Not big pile, it was more orderly. But that was my experience flying back from the northwest part of the country back to Beijing, and I'm grateful for it. It was it was a fun ride, I got to say. Met a lot of really good people.